Hey everybody, I am starting a new series and I'm really hoping that you guys are gonna love it. I feel like this kind of marries two parts of what this channel is all about. One, real estate, Maryland, getting to know the area. I live in Silver Spring. And two, dogs, specifically Dobermans, is my life. So putting those two things together, I picked up this book. So this is Dogging Maryland, the 100 Best Places to Hike with Your Dog in the Free State by Doug Gilbert. So basically, this book outlines how there's a lot of places you want to hike in Maryland and they are not dog friendly. And that is a real pain. When you have a dog, you want to go and hike a trail. You don't want to have issues like that. So I decided I was going to start hiking this and figuring out, like, what's out there? What is there to do in Maryland just as a one-off experience? What are some of the places where I'm like, I love this. I want this to be like a regular spot that I go to. So we'll kind of see how this develops over time. But the first place in this is Catoctin Mountain Park. And I pulled off the map. So this is available online on their website. And so I went and mapped out some places to go. But here, let me tell you a little bit about the park. So this is what I did, just a few bullet points of what I found when I was researching the park online. It is in Western Maryland, the northeast part of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Once this area was devastated by logging, they went through a whole big conservation effort to grow it back into the beautiful park that it is right now. Maple, hickory, ash, oak, and cherry trees. They established the park back in 1936. It's also good for trout fishing, and that is at Big Hunting Creek. It also has some historic cabins, pools, and camping that you can rent and do. The visitor center is at 14707 Park Central Road in Thurmont. This park is free. So I went to the visitor center here, and when you leave, you can go up this short blue trail here as the Blue Blazes whiskey still. And then I did this trail over here to Cunningham Falls and back. So it's 0.6 up here and it's 2.4 over here. So it was about 3 miles, the hike that I did. And then down here, there was like another little bit. So the other trail is you can hike all the way around here. They also have this pink trail. They have this orange trail down here. And there is the white trail down here. Chimney Rock, Wolf Rock, the Whiskey Still, Hog Rock, Cunningham Falls. These are some of the places to highlight where you can go. Their website online had a lot of details. You can look at how long are they, how strenuous are they. The reason why I picked those ones were because I wanted to do something right off of the visitor center, and I wanted to do something that most people might do. Like if you went there for a quick hike, not to do the whole thing. There's Audie. That you could do the Whiskey Still Trail, which is short, or you could do that Cunningham Trail. So the book outlines just like basically a few things that you can do. It tells you a little bit about the history, about dog friendliness, and some options. Then it moves on to the next park. So it's just these 2 pages basically on the park. So basically that's what I'm doing. This is a little bit longer of an introduction today because I don't want to do this every time, but just to tell you, or if you're like, I want to do this, but I'm going to do it on my own, you can go pick up this book online. That is the plan. So for this first video, I am going to show you the hike out to the trail, the Blue Whiskey Trail. And then the much longer trip was from where I started out to Cunningham Falls. And then my poor GoPro ran out of juice. So there was no return trip. So I got to make a Lord of the Rings joke that like you go out to the falls, but you're not coming back. There's Otto. Take a Doberman to hike one day. Don't even get another day of reprieve. So yeah, so anyway, it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. Thurmont is an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes north of me. It's north of Frederick. It was up there. Like, I definitely was like, oh, it's just a little north of Frederick. It was a little ways up there. I obviously went on Labor Day weekend, which was not the greatest idea, but it was a good time. So anyway, I'm gonna do this first one into two parts just because I want to get this first video up, and then I want to spend a little bit more time editing the second one. I'm really working on seeing what works with these videos. So let me know what you think. All right, see you on the trail. All right, so the visitor center is right back there. And here's the entrance here. See, Cunningham Falls is where we're gonna go second. And then welcome to the mountain. All right. So, lots of brochures about things I think I've already read. We are going to start here with Blue Blazes still. The Blue Blazes Whiskey Trail. An easy 0.6 mile round trip follows the banks of the Blue Blazes Run to the site of Thurmont area's most famous whiskey still. Some of the early settlers distilled alcohol for family use. Others had an economic reason. A horse could haul 4 bushels of corn. If the corn was turned into whiskey, then they could haul 24 bushels. So this was illegal during the Prohibition era. And so let's begin. We've got Otto leading the way. And we're gonna go on a little hike. This is our first hike in our series of hiking Maryland. So you're gonna be learning with us on what makes a good hiking video and, you know, how to use this GoPro well, and giving you what you guys want to see. Obviously give me feedback, like, do you want to know more history? Do you want it to be in fast forward so that you can just get a general sense of terrain? Or do you just want to go on a vlog journey with me to hike Maryland and learn things? So let's figure it out. Right now, this is sort of, I don't know, it's like, sure, it's a hike because it's a trail and it's in the mountains, but brook trout is the only trout species native to this region. Okay. It is a gravel path, so, you know, that is, I think, one of the reasons why it's listed as an easy hike. That being said, it's not exactly like wheelchair friendly. So, unless you've got some kind of off-roading wheelchair. So this is the road that goes up from the visitor center. Near here in 1929, Deputy Sheriff Clyde Howver was fatally shot on a raid of the Blue Blazes Still. 2 moonshiners were convicted. Sounds like that was a sketchy trial. Looks like love triangle, conflicting witnesses, blah, blah, blah. Probably a sketchy trial at best. Not a small family still, but a big commercial whiskey operation. Wow. This way. No, Audie. All right, before we look around, I'm going to give Otto some water. Be right back. All right, making whiskey. So, what it says is, this still is a typical one for a family farm. Cracked corn, yeast, sugar, and water are put into a wooden barrel to ferment. The solids are removed. The liquid is poured into a kettle and heated over a wood fire. Because the alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water, the first steam that passes through the worm is alcohol. The cold stream, water flowing over the worm, returned the alcohol to liquid, which flowed into the jug. In an attempt to increase the proof, some distillers ran the alcohol through an intermediary thump barrel. Whiskey is alcohol that has been aged in a charred oak barrel. So, fire, kettle, thump barrel, worm, jug. All right, let's go take a look and see what we got here. That is very pretty. All right, so let's head back this way. Come on, Audie. All right, so that wasn't too far off the road. They said it was 0.6. Let me get this leash. All right, onward. So that was the Blue Blazes Still. So we are at Catoctin Mountain, and I haven't filmed my intro yet, so I'm not sure what I'm going to say there yet. But that is part of the Blue Ridge Mountains, which I really think of as being in Virginia. The rescue has a vet that we work with that's in Purcellville, and it's actually called Blue Ridge, and that's after the mountains that are there. So in my mind, I always think of it as being kind of a Virginia thing, because you think of the Appalachians when you come up this way. But I guess the Blue Ridge technically comes up to this point. So that would be the name for the still being the Blue Blazes still, because it's in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So at the whiskey still, Otto and I got some water and some bug spray. It is definitely buggy, but there is nobody here. Absolutely nobody. I couldn't tell on the way up. Traffic was terrible because it's Labor Day weekend, and so people are getting off work early and getting ready for trips and going out of town. I was going to go earlier today, but you know, life. And that was probably a mistake. My drive out of here is probably going to be terrible. But I will say this. Coming out here and walking this, while like it's not the same as like when I went to Acadia in Maine, but it gives me that same vibe. Like I started pulling into the area, seeing the mountains, seeing the signs for the parks and the hikes and things like that. And everything just gets more rural, relaxed, all of that. And I really got that instantaneous time to turn off your phone, get off the grid, and just go and see some nature, you know? And Otto and I we didn't do anything yesterday, you know, in terms of like walks and exercise and like fun stuff. And so getting out here today and doing this with him, it's great. I mean, one of the reasons why I got a dog was because I wanted to do this and getting to explore a new place. And it's only, you know, an hour and a bit from my house. It was like hour and 15 minutes. You know, you can't beat that. Hell, it could take me an hour to get to Alexandria, so. What do we smell? Oh, humans. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Sorry, he's a lot. All right.